How do you define saturated liquid properties? Imagine a pot of water on the stove just about to boil. The water is at a temperature where it is ready to turn into vapor, but it hasn't started yet. That is the essence of a saturated liquid. In thermodynamics, a saturated liquid is a pure substance that exists exactly at its boiling point for a specific pressure. At this point, the liquid is in thermal equilibrium with its vapor, meaning both phases are balanced and stable. The temperature and pressure are directly linked through what we call the saturation curve. If you add heat to this liquid, it will start to vaporize without increasing in temperature. This state marks the boundary between a fully liquid state and a mixture of liquid and vapor. The key properties of a saturated liquid include its temperature and pressure. The temperature at which the liquid boils at a certain pressure is called the saturation temperature. The pressure at this temperature is called the saturation pressure. These two are connected. Knowing one allows you to find the other. The specific volume of a saturated liquid is the volume occupied by 1 unit of mass of the substance. It is slightly larger than that of a compressed or subcooled liquid but much smaller than the vapor phase. This property helps engineers determine how much space a liquid will take up at the boiling point. Enthalpy and internal energy are also important properties. The saturated liquid has specific values for these energies, which tell us how much energy the liquid contains at the boiling point. The enthalpy of the saturated liquid is the total heat content, including the energy needed to make the liquid vaporize. The internal energy is the energy stored within the molecules of the liquid. Another vital property is the quality, which measures how much vapor is present in a mixture. At the saturated liquid state, the quality is 0, meaning the substance is entirely in the liquid phase with no vapor. This is an important point because it helps in designing systems like boilers and condensers. Knowing the properties of saturated liquids allows engineers to predict when a liquid will start boiling under certain pressure conditions. This helps control heat transfer processes efficiently. In simple terms, saturated liquid properties define the state of a liquid right at the moment it begins to turn into vapor at a specific pressure. They include fixed temperature, pressure, specific volume, and energy values. Understanding these properties is fundamental in managing phase changes and designing systems involving liquids and vapors.